Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Janakalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram Manojavam Marutatulyavegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayutamukhyam Sriramadutam Sirasa Namami Santoshini Jaganmata Mama Saubhagyavriddhaye Namaskaromi Bhaktya Tvam Prasanna Varada Bhava Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha-jnanaika-murtaye Nirmalaya Prashandaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Satchitananda-rupaya Vishwoत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha Nilambujasyamalakomalangam Sita Samaropita Bhamabhagam Pranau Mahasayaka Charuchapam Namami Ramam Raghuvamsanatham Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Jaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Dhirayet. So we are on the Bhagavata Mahatmyam. We saw the story so far when Sanat Kumaras explained to Narada the greatness of the Mahatmyam of Bhagavatam, that it can purify any sinner. So Narada was doubtful. He asked for a proof. Do you have any proof? So Sanat Kumara said, yes, I have a proof. So he started narrating a story that near Tungabhadra river, there was a Brahmana who lived happily with his wife, Brahmana's name Atmadev, and his wife's name was Dunduli. They were very rich. Also, this Atmadev followed all the rituals. He lived like a pure Brahmana, but they didn't have a child. So, but wife was not worried about it, but husband was very much worried. Frustrated, he did all kinds of dana karmas, punya karmas, but nothing happened. So one day he went to the forest, he met an ascetic, and he advised him not to have children. It is better not to have children of the evil tendencies. But he insisted that what kind of a life is without children, grandchildren? Sannyasa is insipid, there is no joy. So he insisted that I should have a child. So the Yati presented him a fruit. He said, you give this to your wife and observe vratam, ekapakshanam. So one time be eating food and observe all satyam, shaucham, ityadi. So he came back with that and gave the fruit to his wife. And he went away somewhere. And instead of eating the fruit, this wife started thinking, suppose I eat this fruit, I will become pregnant. Then how will I be able to do Grihakaryam? Not only that, I heard that Sukha Maharshi stayed in the womb for a long time. Suppose something like that happened, how will I be able to bear the weight of the child? Not only that, suppose the child comes out as a teda, crooked. So that will be harmful for my life. So thinking like this, she was complaining to her friends, but finally her own sister came. And to that sister also narrated her story. So sister said, I am already in the family way. I will deliver the baby and secretly I will bring that child to you. You pay some money to my husband. Then, since you have not delivered any baby, you will not have milk to feed the child. I will come and feed the child. These arrangements were made. And what to do with the fruit? She said, let us test the fruit as any divinity, any power. We will give to the cow and see. So she gave the fruit to the cow and pretended that she is pregnant and told her husband that I ate the fruit. Atmadev believed that, and then in time the sister gave birth to a child. The child was transferred, and she insisted that her sister should come and feed the child. For the sake of the child, Atmadev agreed for everything. He wanted to give a good name to the child, but then Tuntuli insisted that my name should be there with my child. So she named it Duntukari. So Duntukari grew up. When after 3 months, the cow also gave birth to a beautiful child, a divine child. And because the cow gave birth, his ears were like cow's ears. So looking at Atmadev was very happy that he never expected. He expected only one child, now he got two children. And all the villagers were surprised, even in Atmadev's house, cows also giving birth to human children. They started wondering what bhagyam, what luck Atmadev has, what punya he has done. Like that they were saying. And then both the children grew up. But this Tuntukari became very notorious, always carrying some weapon with him. And he takes children for fondling, but he will throw them into a well. And he started looting, plundering, himsatmakam, cruel, always angry. He took all the wealth of Atmadev and drinking, prostituting, all bad habits were there with him. So, seeing those activities of his son, he remembered the Yati's words. It was better not to have a child. But now he was tortured. And not only that, when money was not given to the Kundugali used to beat up his father also. And mentally tortured, physically tortured, Atmadev was completely depressed. At that time, Gokarna came. He was a jnani, and he advised him that give up all the attachment to children, family, etc. Go to the forest and meditate upon Bhagavan Vishnu and attain mukti. Listening to the advice of his son, Gokarna, Atmadev left to the forest and reading the Dashamaskanda of Bhagavatam, finally he attained mukti. Up to this we saw last time, right? Now, remember. Okay, now this discourse 5, Panchamodhyayaha. Sutta uvacha, Pitarryuparate tena janani tadida vrisham kovittam tishtati bruhi anishye latayana ched. His father having retired to the forest, Dundukari started severely beating his mother, asking her, "Where have you hidden the money? Give it to me. Otherwise, I will thrash you with a burning charcoal, burning stick." Iti tatvakya santrasajananya putra dukkadaha kūpe pādakrito ratro tena sa nithanam gata. Afraid of the threat of her son, aggrieved by the ill treatment received from the son, this poor lady threw herself into a well at night and killed herself. Karnastirthayatrartham nirgato yoga samstita na dukkham na sukham tasya na vairi na vibandavaha. Seeing all this, Gokarna left for pilgrimage. He never experienced sorrow or happiness. He had no enemy or friend. And because he was established in union with God, he left for a pilgrimage. Now the whole household was his, Bundukari. Now what he did, Dundukari grihetishtat panchapanyavadhurdaha atyugra karma karta cha tatposhana vimudhati. Now Dundukari is doing is described here. Dundukari brought 5 prostitutes and started staying with them in the house. Now to satisfy them, he has to bring wealth. And in order to get wealth, he used to loot, steal, plunder. And one day they asked him to bring some wealth for them. And to satisfy them, he went here and there and brought lot of wealth in gold, and jewelry and ornaments and dresses, etc. he bought. And when the 5 prostitutes saw such a large, huge wealth sitting in front of them, and afterwards he was exhausted, so he went to sleep. So these ladies started thinking that this man has been looting and stealing from people. The king will come to know this, and finally they will catch him and kill him. Therefore, they will confiscate all wealth from him also. So we will lose all the wealth. So it is better that we kill him. So they started thinking, planning, plotting. These are all original stories. Huh? It is not like box office story. Much better. And this lady plotted to kill him when he was sleeping. They tried to choke him with a noose around his neck. But Dundugari was such a strong person, they could not kill him. Finally, they thought, what is the best way to kill him? Say they took this burning charcoal and put it in his mouth and choked him. And thus he died. And after death, he became a ghost because there was no, because of his activities, even though he was a Brahmana, he never lived as a Brahmana. And such Brahmana goes bad, those souls will not rest. It will no gati for him. And this lady is put him in a pit. And next day morning, as though nothing has happened, one by one they start leaving. And the villagers asked what happened to Dundugali. They said he has gone somewhere looking for some wealth. And he will come whenever he comes. So these people escaped from there. Nobody knows where they went. And this Gokarna, after some time, the villagers came to know that this Dundukali is gone, dead. And finally, this Gokarna also came to know his brother is dead. So wherever he went, in Gaya and all these places he went, and he did Srartham for him. So evam brahman sa Gokarna supuram samupe vivan ratro grihangane suptum agato lakshita parai. Roaming about like this, wherever, whichever kshetra he went, he did Srartha karma for his brother. Roaming about like this, he came back to his own house one day, one evening. Nobody knew he came, returned, and he quietly entered his house and started sleeping in the veranda of his house. Tatra suktam savijnaya dundukari swabandhavam nishite darshayamasa maharaudrataram vabuhu. Tatra suptam savijnaya, that Gokarna was sleeping. At that time, he suddenly was woken up by a spirit, a ghost, Maharaudrataram Vabu, assuming a very terrible, monstrous form. Dundukari revealed himself to him at midnight in a most frightful form. Sakrit Mesha Sakrit Swasti Sakritcha Mahisho Bhavate Sagat Indra Sagritcha Agnihi Punascha Purusho Bhavate. Now, how did he appear? He appeared suddenly like a goat, then like an elephant, then again as a buffalo. Again he appeared like Indra Devata and Agni Devata, and then again as a buffalo or a human form. Finally came to the human form. Now, this Varna understood must be some Pishach. Vaiparityamidam drishtva gokarno dhairya samyuta ayam durgadika kopi nischithyata tamabhravid. And perceiving this inconsistent appearance, Gokarna concluded that he was somebody in an evil plight. He did not get scared or anything. So he asked, "Who are you?" Gokarnovacha, "Kastam ugrataro ratro kuto yato dashamimam kim va preta pishacho va rakshaso siti samsana." Who are you? Appearing like this, different form at night. And please tell us whether you are some spirit or a ghost or a demon. Now, this Preta says, Evam Prishtadattadaatena Rodocche Punapunaha. The Sutaji says, Ashakto Vachanochare Samjnamatram Chakara. Even though questioned like this Preta was not able to speak because he can only show some sign which was not the Karna was not able to understand. That seeing the condition of the Preta, this Gokarna took some water from his kamandalu and chanting some mantra and sprinkled on this Preta. So, tato jalo jalam kritva gokarnastamudairayate tatsekaha paposau pravaktum upachakrame. And touching that sacred water, temporarily this Preta purified himself temporarily and started speaking. Aham bhrata tudiyosmi dundukariti namataha sukiyenaiva doshena brahmatvam nashitam maya. This is the 27th verse, Preta Vacha. Aham bhrata, I am your brother. Tudiyosmi, your own brother. Dundukariti damadaha, my name is Dundukari. Sukiyenaiva doshena, because of my own karma. Brahmatvam nashitam maya. Even though I was born as Brahmana, I lost all my Brahmatvam, Brahmanatvam. Karmano nasti sankhya me mahatnyane vivartina lokanam himsa soham stribir dukkhena maritaha. And the atrocities and evil deeds that I committed, there is no count. Finally, I was killed very badly by these ladies. Now, we should understand little philosophical meaning also here. Story is something wonderful. Chit Atmadev stand for our Jiva. And Jiva is wedded to, Jiva means ego, Ahankara. And this Ahankara is wedded to intellect, Dunduli. Dunduli stand for intellect, Buddhi. And born, that is mind is born. So the mind is like Dundukari, wicked, all kinds of evil tendencies are there. And the mind is wedded to these five prostitutes. Who are they? Our five senses. These are the five prostitutes. And they are the one who kill us. Our senses are the one who choke us and kill us. But if you listen to Gokarna means Vedic teaching. Then you will, that's why Jnanadev was, Atmadev was saved by Gokarna. He listened to Vedic teaching, and because of that, Jiva was saved. So this is the idea. Okay. Atmadev got mukti. So if you want to save ourselves, we have to listen to Gokarna. Now, कर्मणो नास्ति संख्या में महाज्ञाने विवर्तिनः लोकानां हिंसकः सोऽहं स्त्रीभिर्दुःखेन मारितः अतः प्रेतत्वमापन्नो दुर्दशां च वहाम्यहं वाताहारेण जीवामि देवाधीन बलोदयात् अहो बन्धो कृपासिन्धो भ्रातर्मामासु मोचय गोकर्णो वचनं श्रुत्वा तस्मै वाक्यम् अथाब्रवीत्. So this Preta said, these ladies have killed me very badly. I have become a ghost. Now I am running around. I can see water, but I cannot drink. I see food, I cannot eat. They move about according to the wind blowing. Wherever the wind blows, I go. I have no body. So it is only subtle body. So you can't even see also. So then finally he said, "Oh my brother, you are compassionate and learned. Please do something to save me." So Gokarna said, "Tudarthantu gayapindo maya datto vidanadaha tatkatham naiva muktosi mamascharyavidam mahade." Gokarna said, "For your sake, Gaya, etc., I have done Pundadanam, Shraddhakarma, etc., I have done it. How come you are not saved by that? Gaya Shraddhanna Muktischet Upayo Naparitya Kim Videyam Maya Pretatattum Vada Savistaram." So if you are not liberated by doing Shraddha in Gaya, etc., I don't know what can I do, what karma I can do to release you from this problem. Please tell me. Preta says, Gaya Shraddha Shatenapi Muktirme Nabhavishyati Upayamaparam Kanjit Tum Vicharaya Sampratam. Hey, my redemption is not possible even if you do 100 the Gaya Shraddham. You have to think of some other upaya. Not that. Iti tatvakyamakanya gokarno vismayam gataha shatascharthena muktichet asadhyam mojanam tava idanintu nijam sthanamatishtha pretadarpayaha tunmukti sadhakam kinjit acharishye vicharyacha. He was surprised. Gokarna was surprised to listen to the words of this Dukari. And he said, "You go back to wherever you are. I will think about a way to save you. Let me think." Saying this, Gokarna dispatched his brother to where he was. Tundukari nijastanam tenadishtattato gataha Gokarnachintayamasa tam ratrim natadadhyagade. Thinking about it, he was not able to sleep in the night. And morning, all the villagers came to see him out of love for him. And he narrated what happened in the night with his brother ghost. So he asked all the Panditas to find out what is the way to save the soul. So they looked at all those Shastra Granthas, they were not able to find any solution. Finally, they came back and said, you can ask Surya Devata. So, this Gokarna, because of his austerity, it seems he was able to arrest the movement of sun and addressed him, saying that Tubhyam Namo Jagat Sakshin Bruhume Bhukti Hedugam Tashrutva Duratas Surya Spudamityabhash Abhyabhashata Srimat Bhagavadan Mukti Saptaham Vajanam Guru Iti Surya Vajas Sarve Dharma Rupam Dunishrutam. Surya Bhagavan informed him that to the listening of all people assembled there, that you have to Srimad Bhagavadan Mukti Saptaham Vachanam Guru. Srimad Bhagavata, you make him listen 7 days, so he will be able to release himself from this sin of him. Sarver Bhuvan Prayatnena Kartavyam Sukaram Tidam Gokarno Nichayam Gritva Vachanartam Pravartidaha. Listening to this, everybody said we should do it, and Gokarna decided to perform Bhagavata Saptaham and made arrangements to perform the Saptaham. Tatra samsravanarthaya deshagrama Shatkan bandhu vruddha buddhascha tevi papakshayaya vai samajastu mahan jnato deva vismayakaraha yadevasanamastaya gokarno kadayat kadham. Men flocked to that place, different parts of the country, and purpose of listening to this Srimad Bhagavata. They were crippled, blind, aged, all kinds of people were there. They all want to remove their sin by listening to Bhagavatam. And Gokarna prepared a stage, and ascending that stage, he took the seat of that Vyasapitham. And when he began to recite Bhagavatam, there the ghost also appeared, and ghost doesn't know where to stay because he doesn't have a form. He cannot stay in one place. So he saw a bamboo reed and he entered into that bamboo reed and started listening to Bhagavata recital. Tanmula chitramavishya shravanartam stito hyasau Vatarupi sthitam kartum ashakto vamshamashivishate. So, unable to remain fixed at one place in the air, he entered the bamboo, the hollow of the bamboo. Vaishnavam Brahmanam Mukyam Shodharam Parikalpyasa Pradhamaskandadaspashtamaakhyanam Denujogarode. Now, so when you are conducting a Saptaham like this, in front of you there will be a lot of people sitting, but somebody will be the real listener. Out of so many people, the real listener will be only 1 or 2 people. So it is said this Gokarna took one Brahmana who was listening with devotion. He took him as the real listener and addressed him and started talking or reading the Bhagavatam. Dinante rachidagada tadachit pitram bapuvaha vamsheka grandhi vedo tasaptam vashyadam sadam. When they concluded the first chapter of Bhagavatam, the first day he concluded the first chapter of Bhagavatam. So every chapter has got, every skanda has got many chapters. So Prathama Skanda, when he concluded, they all heard a sound coming out of this bamboo reed. Because Dundukari broke the one knot of that bamboo reed. That sound they heard. And Didiyennitadasayam Didiya Krandivedanam Didiyennitadasayam Didiya Krandivedanam Evam Saptadinecheva Sapta Krandivedanam Kratva Satvadashaskanda Shavanat Pretatam Gahau. Every day they heard one knot broken. Finally, the seventh day, all 7 knots were broken, and breaking the bamboo reed appeared Divyarupadaro Jadat Tulasi Dhama Manditaha Pitavasa Khanashyamo Mukuti Kundalanvidaha. And there appeared a celestial form. Divya Rupadharo Jadat Tulasi Dhama Manditaha. Exactly like Bhagavan Vishnu. Divine form with Tulasi Mala and Pitavasa Khanashyamaha and yellow garment Khanashyamaha, like what you call the blue black color Khanashyamaha. Mukuti Kundalanvidaha, and crown also, Kavacha Kundalam also there. All of them exactly looking like Parshadas of Bhagavan Vishnu. Dhanama Pradaram Satyo Gokarnam Iticha Pravid Tayaham Uchido Bando Kripaya Predakasmalad. And he came and prostrated to Gokarna, saying that because of you, I am able to be freed from this wretched form of this preta. Thank you very much. Dhanya Bhagavati Varta Preta Pida Vinashini Saptaho Vitatha Dhanya Krishna Lokha Balapradaha. Is that Dhanya, you are blessed indeed. This exposition of Bhagavata, which drives away once for all the agony of this spirit form. And also it is praiseworthy to read this Bhagavatam in 7 days' time, which bestows to the hearers as its reward the realm of Bhagavan Krishna, Vaikuntha. Kalpante sarva papani saptaha shravane sthite asmakam pralayam satya katacheyam karishyati. Look at me. Now, I am standing here as an example. So, all our past karmas get eliminated when 7 days exposition of Srimad Bhagavata is heard. Evam bruvati vai tasmin Vimanam agamattata Vaikundavasibhiryuktam Praspuratdipti mandalam. Even while the spirit was speaking like this, there arrived on that very spot an aerial car from Vaikuntha, manned by the celestial being from Vaikuntha. They were looking so dazzling and beautiful. Vishnu Parshadas. And they took Dundukari in that aerial car. While everyone was looking on, he boarded the flight in front of all of them. And as he was leaving, as they were leaving, Gokarna stopped them, saying that, wait a minute. Atraiva bhagavas sandishrotaro mama nirmala anitani vimanani natesham yugapatyukaha yugapatkuta. See, Gokarna said, all these people sitting here, they also heard Bhagavatam. How come only one person got Vimanam? And is there any problem? The scarcity of Vimanam in Vaikuntha, only one Vimanam is there. Why this, what you call discrimination? Shravanam samabhagena sarvesha vihadrishyate alabheda kuto jadaha prabhuvandu haripriya. It appears that all those assembled here have listened. Same way, like Dundukari also heard. How then this discrimination? Palabedam, how? The matter of reward, how can there be any disparity? Please explain. Now listening to this Haridasa Uchuhu. Now this is very important, okay? Shavanasya vibhedena phalavedotra samstitaha Shravanam tu kritam sarve na tatha mananam kritam. Now, nobody listened to Bhagavatam like Duntukali heard. Shravanam tu kritam sarve na tatha mananam kritam. Everybody heard all right, but nobody afterwards did mananam, reflected upon it. Because Dundukari, after listening, he was thinking about it, reflected upon it, reveled in it. And because he also was suffering, he wanted to get saved from this suffering. And with that mind only, he was listening. That's why later on you will see in the first skanda, Pradhana skanda, Kundi Devi's prayer is there. Kundi Devi request Bhagavan, please give me difficulties. Only in difficult time we remember Bhagavan intensely. In a good time we don't remember him. Even if we remember him, not that intensely. So please give me difficult time so that I constantly remember you. And Bhagavan also come and save you. So here also the Gokarna, the way he listened, nobody listened. Therefore, this phalabhedaha. So, saptaratramupet sheva pretena shravanam kritam mananati tatha tena stirachitte kritam vrisham. Not only that he listened, but he started reflecting upon it and then started reveling in the katha of Bhagavan. His mind was completely absorbed in it. He, not only that, he did not have food or drink or anything, no sleep. So, such tapas he has done 7 days. Therefore, he got this result. Now, Vishwaso Guru Vakyeshu Susmindi Natva Bhavana Mano Dosha Jayaschaiva Kathayam Nischalamadhi. Faith in the words of the Guru, the thought of one's wretchedness, and also total surrender, unfailing devotion. If these are all there, then that person will be able to free from all his sin and attain Vaikuntha. And saying this Vaikuntavasis took this Gundukali, now completely turned to a celestial being, to Vaikuntha. Now, Savane Masiko Karnakkatamu Chetata Puna Saptaratravati Bhuyaha Shravanam Te Kritam Punaha. Now, Gokarna said to all these people, did you see all how Undugali got moksha? He has gone to Vaikunta. In front of you, you saw the Vimanam coming. So I will conduct one more Saptaham for your sake. You also listened exactly like how Undukali heard. And at the end of his second Saptaham, it seems so many Vimanam came from Vaikuntha. Ayodhyavasina Purvam Yatha Ramena Sangyadaha Tatha Krishnena Te Nita Golokam Yogi Durlabham. And how Ayodhyavasis were taken by Ramachandraji to Vaikuntha. The same way Gokarna took all those village vasis to Goloka. Krishna, it is said Goloka. Golokam Yogi Durlabham. That rare place, Goloka. So when you are a Krishna Bhakta, you will go to Goloka. If you are a Vishnu Bhakta, you go to Vaikuntha. If you are a Shiva Bhakta, you go to Kailas. This is how it is. If you are Rama Bhakta, you go to Saket. So this is the Bhakti. Bhakti Granthas talk about it. Now, you must be wondering, we are also going to listen to Bhagavatam 7 days, not 7 days, we will take more time. Whether Vimanam will come or not, we don't know. But Vimanam come or not, don't worry. Vimanam means Vikata Manam. We will be free from our Manam pride. So after listening to Bhagavatam, one thing will definitely happen. Physical plane come or not, doesn't matter. But we will be free from our ego, ahankara, and this pride, manam. That is what the result will be, and which is more than enough to gain Bhagavat Kripa. So Palashruti is given here. Itihasimamam punyam Shantilyo Vimunishwaraha Patate Chitrakodasto Brahmananda Varipladaha Akhyanametat paramam pavitram Shrutam sakritte vitadeha kaukham Srathe prayuktam pitaraptimavahe Nityam subhadata purarpavam cha. So, if you hear even once the most sacred story, it will definitely remove all your sins. If it is read on the occasion of Shraddha, it brings satiation to the mains. And if read carefully every day, it leads to cessation of rebirth. These are the Palashruti. With that, the 5th chapter also concluded. Now the last chapter is how a Bhagavad Saptaha is to be conducted. All rules are given here. It is that this Sanat Kumara says, Vivahe yadrisham vittam tadrisham parikalpayet. Suppose your only daughter is getting married, how you spend money lavishly without thinking, without worrying about, so happily. The same way, you should also celebrate this Bhagavata Saptaha. When you want to conduct Bhagavata Saptaha, you should consider that much enthusiasm and joy you should have that we are going to conduct this Bhagavata Saptaham, and you should print invitation and distribute, go into everybody's house and invite them personally. All these are written here. Deshe teshe tata seyam varta preshya prayatnataha bhavishyati katha chatra agandavyam kutumbibhi. Wherever, all these places you go with invitation, invite them, and you should come and listen to this katha with your family and friends. And when they come, you should provide them food. That is very important. Saptaham you arrange. You eat food in your house and come. No. You have to provide food for them. There was a Dongre Maharaj. He was fasting himself, but he used to feed everybody who comes. That was his greatness. So, and you can, there are certain auspicious time to conduct this Bhagavatam. Month of Bhadrapada, Kartika, Mrgashirsha, Ashada, Shravana. All these months are considered auspicious for conducting. But generally, there is no particular time. Any time you can listen to Bhagavatam. There is no particular time. So, then you have to select a person, a devotee of Bhagavan Vishnu, and one who has no attachment to worldly things. Viraktaha, Virakto Vaishnavo Vipro Vedashastra Vishuddhikrita Dashtanta Kushalo Dhiro Bhakta Karyodinispruha Aneka Dharma Vibhrandastraina Pakhandavadinaha Shukashastra Kathochare Tyajyaste Yadi Pandita. So, a person who is a devotee of Bhagavan and who is an expert in, who has studied the scriptures and expert in communicating the story of Bhagavan. And while communicating, he should be able to kindle devotion in the mind of the listeners. And a person who is able to give you examples and anecdotes appropriate to the occasion, such a person you should select. and he is not interested in the dakshina or the reward that he gained. Such a person you should select and make him the Acharya to read the Bhagavatam for these 7 days. From such a person only you should listen to Bhagavatam. Why? Because Srimad Bhagavadakyoyam Pratyaksha Krishna eva sa eva hi. So Bhagavatam is Bhagavan Krishna himself. Don't think that it is a book. And before starting Bhagavatam, you should chant Bhagavan's sacred name, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. At least 12 times you should, this Padashakshara mantra, you should chant this, then start Bhagavata rendering. Now, Narada heard this, and to their surprise, what happened? Maharauchuhu. Iti te katitam sarvam kim bhuya shrotumichasi Srimad-Bhagavate neva bhakti mukti kareshtite. The Kumara said, in this way, everything has been pointed out to you. What more do you wish to hear? Through the glorious Bhagavata alone, both worldly enjoyment and liberation are brought within, like one's own palm. Suta Uvacha Ityukta de Mahatmanah Projur-Bhagavatim Katham Sarva-Papa-Haram Punyam Mukti-Mukti-Pradayinim. Narada said, Sudiji said, having said this, that exalted Mahatma Sanaka Sanandana Sanakumara they narrated this Bhagavatam in 7 days to all those people who are assembled there. And then what happened? The Vairagya and Jnana, Bhakti, all of them, they gained their youthhood. And then what happened? Narada said, Dhanyosya nugrahidosmi bhavat vikkarunavare adya me bhagavan laptaha sarva papaharo harihi. Shravanam sarva dharmebhyo varam manne tapodana vaikundasto yada krishna shravanadyasya labhyate. Blessed am I have been favored by you, compassion being foremost in your heart. This day has been attained by me, Lord Sri Hari, who takes away all your sins. I say, listening to Bhagavata Saptaham is the best thing anyone can do in his life. At least once we should listen to Bhagavata Saptaham. And what happened? In that sabha, Bhagavan appeared. Bhagavan himself appeared there, and seeing Bhagavan, what happened? Prahlada appeared. Not only Bhagavan came, and all Bhagavan's devotees also came. Prahlada came there, Uddhava came there, Narada came. Of course, Narada was there already, and Shuka Maharshi was there. Then Bhakti, Jnana, Vairagya danced with Lord Krishna when they appeared. Prahlada sounded the cymbals, and Uddhava, one is wooden one, another is brass ones. Narada with the lute, and Arjuna and Shukamarshi wrote all the songs, the lyrics he wrote. And then immediately Arjuna he composed them into music. And all this Bhakti, Jnana, Vairagya, all of them started dancing with joy along with Bhagavan. And Bhagavan blessed all of them. Means what? In the heart of everybody's heart, Bhagavan's bhakti, Bhagavad bhakti kindled. And everybody submitted to Bhagavan, requested him, the 88th one, Matto varam bhava vrtat vrunutvam pritak katha kirtana dosmi sampratam srutvedi tatvakyam atiprasanna premadra chitta harimu chirete nagaha gathasu ja sarvabhakte evistvaya bhavyamiti prayatnad manorathoyam paripuraniya tathepi choktvantara diyatachyutaha. Our ambition is that in future, this 7 days exposition of Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavan, wherever there is a rendering of this Bhagavata Saptah taking place, may you be present there to bless all the devotees. This is our request. Bhagavan said, Tadastu, maybe. So, it is according to Padma Puranam, this Bhagavata Mahatmyam, it is said that wherever Bhagavata Saptaham is going on, Bhagavan appear there and blesses all his devotees. With that, this Bhagavata Saptaham, and there is an account here, Shuka Maharshi gave this Bhagavata Saptaham to Parikshit Maharaj after 30 years of Kali started. So after 30 years of Bhagavan's departure from Dwarka to his Vaikuntha, after 30 years, Shuka Maharshi gave this teaching to Parikshit. Then after 200 years, Gokarna gave this Saptaham to Dundugali and others. Then after 30 years, Sanat Kumara gave this Bhagavatam to Narada and Bhakti Devi and Jnana and Vairagya. So, this is a sequence that is given here as the last thing. So, just that account is also given. With that, we complete the Bhagavata Mahatmyam. And we shall start next class. We'll start Bhagavatam Pradhamaskanda. There are 12 skandhas. The first 2 skandhas, the title is, first skandha is called Adhikari Grantha, Adhikari Skandha. Who is Adhikari? Qualified student to study Bhagavatam. And that is why you see Parikshit Janma. Parikshit is the real qualified student for studying Bhagavatam. His Janma, his quality, his greatness, etc. is mentioned there. And you can see the development of thoughts how Parikshit happened to, they can just straight away they can say Parikshit was born. But instead of saying that, all background stories you will hear. The aftermath of Bhagavatam, Mahabharata Yuddham. And then what happened after, immediately after Bhagavan's departure from Dwaraka, all the stories you will see in the Pradama Skanda, that is Adhikari Skanda. Then once Adhikari is established, then what is the next thing? Sadhana. So the second skanda, you will see sadhana grantha. What are the sadhanas to be practiced? You can see Sukha Maharshi initiating Parikshit to 3 levels of meditation. That also we shall see. So we'll stop here today and we will continue in our next class, the first chapter. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnam
Purnasya
Namadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.